Have you ever wondered how profound societal change can occur, not through sudden upheaval, but through a steady, deliberate evolution? It is a question that has long fascinated thinkers across the political spectrum. In evolutionary socialism, non-revolutionary methods are defined by their commitment to achieving socialist goals through gradual, democratic, and systemic reforms within existing capitalist structures, rather than through violent revolution or immediate overthrow. This approach champions the use of parliamentary politics, trade union action, and social legislation to progressively transform society. The underlying reason for embracing non-revolutionary methods stems from a belief that the inherent contradictions of capitalism, while real, do not necessarily demand an immediate, cataclysmic collapse. Proponents, notably Edward Bernstein, argued that capitalism exhibited a greater capacity for adaptation and reform than classical Marxism predicted. They emphasized the growing importance of democratic institutions, universal suffrage, and the expansion of workers' rights as avenues for achieving socialist objectives peacefully. The focus shifts from an inevitable class struggle leading to revolution to an ethical and moral persuasion that seeks to improve society from within, building broad consensus for change. Practically, these methods involve a series of concrete actions aimed at incrementally socializing the economy and empowering the working class. This includes engaging actively in parliamentary elections, forming socialist or social democratic political parties to win governmental power, and enacting legislation that expands public services and strengthens the welfare state. Furthermore, robust trade unionism plays a crucial role in improving labor conditions and securing workers' rights through collective bargaining. The development of cooperative enterprises and educational initiatives also contributes to fostering socialist values and practices within the existing system. This perspective is famously associated with the term revisionism, a label applied to those who sought to revise Marx's predictions regarding the necessity of revolution and the imminent collapse of capitalism. Revisionists like Bernstein argued that socialism was not an end state, but a continuous movement toward greater social justice and equality, achievable through democratic means. This concept of democratic gradualism became a foundational principle for many modern social democratic parties globally, profoundly influencing the development of the welfare state and mixed economies throughout the 20th century. It represents a significant departure from revolutionary Marxism. By prioritizing democratic engagement, legislative reform, and ethical evolution over revolutionary struggle, evolutionary socialism offers a distinct pathway to a more equitable society. It provides a framework for continuous progress, valuing stability and broad public support while working tirelessly to dismantle social injustices, step by careful step within a democratic framework. This approach highlights the enduring debate about the most effective means to achieve a socialist future.